Alright guys, this video's coming out late. They actually didn't know that I was allowed to talk about Knowhere yet. The last video about Gwenpool, we were a little down in the dumps. We were a little monotone. We weren't feeling it. We're feeling Knowhere, alright? Knowhere is bonkers good, which we may not be feeling Knowhere pretty soon when they end up on defense. If they end up on defense, you'll be the judge when you watch this video. It's bonkers, bananas, insano, all the cool kid words, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Alright, so before we get into this crazy footage from this crazy team, I want to quickly talk about the kind of investment you're looking at in this Knowhere team. As you're going to see, the power levels that I'm doing a couple of these matches at is bonkers, bananas. Makes no sense that it works, but it does. However, it comes with a very heavy T4 cost. If we go through this team, you're going to find very few characters. Wait for the flip. There's the flip. Very few of these characters, T4s, are not like must-haves. So even like Nova Basic, 80% damage, you're going to put him as a striker with the deflect. The deflect has extra implications. This is a mandatory T4. Everything that he does, mandatory, because it all changes functionality. And that's the case for basically every single one of the Knowhere characters. Even on the Star-Lord, gives him vulnerable. Maybe want him as a striker if that carries over. Personally, in my testing, I kind of liked him as a raider, at least for now. Though I also saw the striker pay off in a lot of ways, which you're going to see in the footage. But yeah, everything. In war, apply trauma. In war, do this. In war, additional focus for self. That focus is going to be huge. Cosmo on his basic. Negative effects, positive effects. Clear all positive effects. In war, apply safeguard. Absolutely must have. His most important T4. And then when an enemy attacks his character, apply offense down for 2 turns. Instead of, I believe it was 1 before that. But just everything mechanically changing. Thor giving defense down on his basic. Ability block on the special. 2 turns of defense down on the ultimate to everybody. They might be a 20 T4 team, which is kind of crazy, especially for a war offensive team. We're going to see how they flex to other modes like Crucible. But yeah, right now I just want to make that painfully clear. If you're going hard on Knowhere, start hoarding your T4s. But as you're going to see, they do some crazy things. And I'm sure we'll be able to shave off some of those T4s for some of the matches. But yeah, just be prepared. Be prepared for that. Alright guys, so before we get into these 2 fights, I want to show what kind of power levels we're talking about here. This is a 700k team. Does have all the T4s on it. That's about the only thing I had resources for on the playtest. Does it need all the T4s? No. Does it need a bunch of them? Of course. This is the new Marvel Strike Force. You're going to be using probably at least 3 T4s on every single character for every single new team. They do seem to be giving us more T4s to play with, so you have to pick which tunes, which characters you want to put it on. But if you're big into War, and probably into Crucible, Knowhere is going to be playing their hand in those both of those modes. Oh my god, brain fart. Alright, so we got Star-Lord Annihilation at gear tier 12, 4 red, 4 yellow. We got Thor at gear tier 13, 4 red, 4 yellow. Both of those are raiders. We got Nova at 4 red, 5 yellow. That was a misclick. I only wanted to bring them all to 4-4, but I was leveling them quick. Anyway, doesn't matter. He's also gear tier 12. We have Cosmo, gear tier 12. He's at 5 red, 5 yellow. Again, just a misclick. And then Korg is my only gear tier 15 character at 4 red, 4 yellow. He was the first character I went to level up. And then I realized, oh no, I have no orange gear on the playtest to level these guys up. Kind of funny. Anyway, they're all level 92. So this is a 700k team, and let's see who I'm going to take them in to face. But of course, we got to face that Gamma team. So this is a 450k punch-up. 450,000 punch-up. It would be kind of stupid if we won this. I think you'd have to agree. So there goes the rewind, and we're hitting T'Challa with that rewind. You're going to see how that plays out. It will make T'Challa's first ability that gives the blind get thrown back at us, just by way of how the turns play out. But here comes Nova. Now, Nova, with those charges, he has like 3,000% focus and something at like 12,000% resistance or something like that. So he goes ahead and he gets the stun on Hulk. And this is a really important part right here, where A-Bomb is going to come in. A-Bomb goes for the target, I believe at the highest focus or something like that. And he goes for Nova. And Nova says, hey bro, I got 12,000 resists. 12,000% resist. It doesn't matter. Cosmo puts out Safeguard for our team, and we had defense up, some deflex, so the whole Red Hulk ultimate falls flat, and then on his second turn, Nova's going to come in and just cleanse it. So the big thing to do in this matchup is to make sure you're hitting the Red Hulk as much as possible. So the second you get off of the Hulk, which you will do with Nova's opening attack, you want to then make sure you're hitting Red Hulk with at least splash damage, so he's getting more charges. Then he's going to ult before Nova takes his second turn. Then Nova uses his ult, clears the Red Hulk battlefield effect, puts his own on, and then you're in the driver's seat. All right, so now Thor is going to go next, and I'm going to use this special over here on She-Hulk. This is probably not what you want to do. This is just what I did. I think what you probably want to do is go right for the Red Hulk here. So you see, we're just going to beat up the Red Hulk as much as possible. Guys, I can't stress this enough. The amount of damage that this Red Hulk has taken makes 0 sense to me, okay? We have gear tier 12 characters at 4 red, 4 yellow. That is, it should be at least a 6 red star, 7 yellow. Maybe it's 5 red star. Maybe it didn't update my playtest account since I upgraded them. We'll take a look on his next turn. No, we're going to do that. We're going to go backwards. He is 6. Yeah, he's 6. Let's go back just so you guys can see that. He's level 90? What is going on with the playtest? Never, ever trust the playtest. Still, though, level 90, gear tier 17, 6 red stars, 7 yellow stars, and the amount of damage this Knowhere team is putting out on him is absolutely stupid. So one thing I do have here is I have a Raider on my Korg and on my Star-Lord. It's because I don't want them eating up any kind of vulnerables. I don't think Fortifier matters on Korg at all. There's nothing that I care about Korg except that he hits multiple targets. Let him put skirmisher marks out there, vulnerable marks rather, so Nova can be Nova. And it's just great. Okay, but here we go. She-Hulk is at 4 charges. This does a blind effect, which is just going to get thrown back at us. I almost just shouldn't use this attack. But also, I know it's going to go at Nova. And Nova has how much resistance, sorry? He had 2 charges, so he only had 8,000 extra resistance there. No big deal. He just... Gear tier 12. Then Nova's 4 red star, 5 yellow star. He just demolished. He's not level 95. That's level 92. That Red Hulk is gone. Gone. It makes no sense how much damage this team does. And obviously, guys, Red Hulk is gone now. We're winning this matchup. This is not even a question at this point. We're at full life. She-Hulk's going to do She-Hulk things. It doesn't matter. Never mind. She-Hulk's not going to do She-Hulk things. Because Korg, a protector at 4 red, 4 yellow, the damage doesn't make sense. This power leap on this team is so nuts. It's absolutely insane in war. It's crazy. Anyway, you can see how this is shaping up. Nova doing the splash damage, coming in with a striker attack, demolishes that Hulk. That's a 7 red star Hulk. Like, I don't know. Facing this team on defense is not going to be fun. That's all I got to say about that. Mirror matchup. We'll do the mirror matchup. You'll see how that goes. But on offense, it's really good at killing Gamma. Let's go see how it works on Darkhold, just because. So once again, this is a 530k punch up. So a little bit more in that regard. Let's see how this plays out. This one I did lose the first time because there is actually some strategy behind it on a 500k punch up. I mean, look, I don't want to... I can't lie to you guys. If this beat a Gamma on 450, of course it's going to be Darkhold. What you don't want to do is you don't want to control the Morgan Le Fay, which is funny. You want to control that Wong. Make sure he can't get the taunt up. If you get stuck behind Wong, you'll lose. If you don't get stuck behind Wong, I don't think you can lose. So we're going to use the Nova special on the Wong over there. Next, we're going to go right for everybody? Why not? Why not kill everybody at the same time? Because we can, right? So we have no vulnerables up right now, which is very annoying. We're going to go ahead and get our battlefield effect out anyway. Now, I'll put an ability block out on the Morgan. If that gets resisted, you'd be in trouble. Now, my Thor did have offense down and still landed it. That's still a gear tier 12 Thor. 4 red, 5 yellow, or 4 red, 4 yellow, which is crazy. We put the blind out on Agatha, so she can't do any offense down or stun on us kind of thing. Although Wong could easily cleanse it, right? Now Cosmo's going to go. I believe this is his first turn. He got a nasty rewind from somebody. Probably the Morgan and Heartless, I would assume. And it's go time. Here comes the Thor ultimate, and you just look at the damage. There's so much damage coming from this team, it makes no sense. That's a gear tier 13 Thor. It makes no sense. All that damage on the Darkhold members, flipping all the debuffs, everything like that. We'll basic the Agatha here just because I know Nova is going to send her to the freaking Shadow Realm. Wong finally does his taunt, but he had Disrupt, so I guess he didn't get his buffs. Like, he must have had trauma with Disrupt, so he didn't get anything, which is funny. And then Morgan's dead. Heartless would have died to those bleeds if we don't kill him along the way. No, there he goes to the bleeds. And now we're just stuck behind the two. So obviously very, very easy. I want to go do some specialty hybrid teams real quick. We'll do those live together, and then we'll round up this video because it's going to be long. If I keep drooling over this team, it's going to be a little long. All right, so now since I'd made that video where my team was very underleveled, the playtest got basically rebalanced, which means all my teammates got put to level 85, gear tier 16. That's who I'm facing as well. We're going to go up against Apocalypse Gamma here. You notice my ISOs aren't what they were before. I hate these ISOs right now. The ISOs that are currently equipped, I hate them. This is what is recommended. They're dumb. Why would I waste valuable vulnerables on Star-Lord? Why do I care if Korg is a fortifier? I don't care. He's going to have defense up forever. He gets revived on everybody's basic. It makes no sense. It's a waste. Skirmisher and Cosmo, I can get behind that. I like him as a healer. I can get behind Skirmisher, though. More vulnerables. But when I have those other two as raiders, I don't really need the vulnerables. Anyway, let's go in here. This is against Apocalypse Gamma subbing out Abomination. Because as you saw, Abomination gets absolutely just cucked by the Nova passive. So just like before, we got to waste this on Green Hulk. Here comes a nasty turn meter rewind. It is going to get 3 of our members here. It is what it is. And since we're at even power, let's be some goofy goobers about this, huh? Why not? Let's be some goofy goobers real quick. Let's go raid for Red Hulk. Why not? Like I said before, we got to make sure Red Hulk pops his ultimate before... Oops, this is going to be bad. Well, not really, because he's definitely going to be dead before he does anything regardless. This is just what happens at even power. It makes absolutely no sense. So Apocalypse, maybe Apocalypse will come and save the day here. You never know. You can never know these things, right? We really can, though. Like... We really, really can. So those two are dead now. She-Hulk throws it back. It is absolutely nothing. This is going to go ahead and kill Hulk and do a bunch of damage over here. Never mind. It's going to kill She-Hulk too. At even power, this team is absolutely beyond the pale of ridiculousness. Oh, Apocalypse got to kill one person. Boo-hoo. Even if it was Nova, I wouldn't care. And more often than not, especially if you're doing a punch-up, Korg is going to be taunting. He gets taunts forever. Just none of my characters dropped below the threshold to make him start taunting. I don't know. This is dumb. Alright, well, we can actually do Apocalypse Darkhold in this one, and this is a nice big punch-up. This is about a 400k plus punch-up. Let's see how this one goes. I have a feeling it's not going to matter. I have a feeling Apocalypse, even on this big a punch-up, with Darkhold is not going to matter at all. We'll get that nasty debuffs on Wong. We're going to get a little bit of turn meter there, and then Korg gets another turn meter rewind. Do not care at all. No part of me cares. There comes the attack from Apocalypse. So I can't actually put the ability block on Morgan. Let's see if that changes anything. I could just go for Agatha here. I could go for the Wong. I could go for the Apocalypse, even though he has defense up. Let's try that. What's the worst that can happen? We got one crit. That's good. Let's go ahead and cleanse some of these debuffs. Let's go ahead and just do some more damage here. I hate having Striker on Star-Lord here, but that little bit of extra damage isn't going to hurt. And let's ultimate here. Again, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So if this wins or even comes close to winning, like, we got a problem here. Safeguard from Cosmo protects us. The taunt from Korg Even if, well, I guess if Korg died, he can't be revived at that point, but all he's good for is to stop somebody else from dying anyway. Oh, look, Nova's basicking. I wonder if Korg's going to immediately come back. Hey, Korg. Nice to have you back, buddy. I guess maybe I should be slightly concerned about the Strange using his ultimate here, because we'll have a bunch of buffs and debuffs. If he goes for Starlight T'Challa, that could be really bad. We'll turn our attention. Why not? Why not completely change who I'm focusing on in the middle of everything? Actually, no, we gotta kill Wong. I don't want Wong to get rid of his debuffs. Broop. He's gone. Let's go ahead and... Man, I'm really tempted to kill that Apocalypse. Clear all positive effects. Call Knowhere allies to do attacks. If this calls in Nova, rip, yep, rip that guy. He's gone. And he's gone. And you guys see, it doesn't matter. This was a giant punch up. I had no idea what I was doing. I flip-flop on targeting. I pushed Apocalypse so that he would ult sooner. I probably played this as good as my newborn child would. And it didn't matter. This team is bonkers. The only thing that can be worrisome is the mirror matchup. So let's go do that. Alright, now here is the mirror matchup. I've done it a handful of times. I've won a handful of times. I've lost a handful of times. I'm sure there is a set turn order that'll make this a lot easier. I'm sure there's set ISOs that'll make this a lot easier. Right now, it seems to be as replicatable as Gamma versus Gamma. And that's really bad news, because that means this team will likely be put on defense, because if you can get a D win and force wasted attacks, it's a different thing than just getting a sure win against Gamma if you have your Knowhere on offense, right? Anyway, what I have found is if I can get to the Cosmo and get him down in time, then I'm pretty good. We'll try and get some vulnerable up on him real quick. And unfortunately, one thing that I've noticed is the Thor special. Your Thor special. It's heavily dependent on where your Thor special resides on. So I'm actually going to do it here in the corner, because I'd like to try and isolate the damage as much as possible, and I go right around the world. So not ideal whatsoever. Let's see what his Thor does. He had attacked Nova at least, so Nova's going to rebalance. But he got way more damage than I did. Okay, we'll continue our attack on the Cosmo here. Striker on Star-Lord is going to help us out here, because it's going to get Cosmo a little bit lower before we drop all our AoE attacks in. So let's go ahead and we'll use our Nova ultimate now. Cosmo was protected. Oof, that's gonna hurt. We pulled it out. We survived so far. Let's see if we can get this Cosmo down in time now that we're stuck behind the taunt. Skirmisher on our Cosmo could have helped us here if Safeguard wasn't a thing. I really just don't like the Skirmisher on Cosmo. I think I prefer Healer, just to keep yourself back alive. And now we're in a really weird position because it looks like we're going to accidentally kill Thor here. So maybe the move is... Oops, we could have actually went for Cosmo. We killed Thor. Maybe the move is just kill whoever's beside Korg. Unless it's Nova, which is why I have my Nova beside Korg. Because obviously he takes the hits a lot better. Let's get back over to the Cosmo here. He's already passed the percentage that procs the Korg, so if we can keep him low and then take him out, that'll be great. Korg comes back on every basic, which is huge. Okay, now we got the win. Okay, so this looks pretty. Let me tell you, if the enemy Thor ping-pongs on the same two characters and your Thor doesn't, you're going to be in trouble. And for that reason, man, I think this team ends up on defense. I'm not too happy to say that, but anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think about this Knowhere team? Are you excited for them? I gotta tell you, I am, and it almost makes me want to go down to a casual alliance so I could use them on offense. Because in the defensive side, this is for sure going to be a defensive team. As far as what will beat this team outside of a mirror matchup, God if I know.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.